I rolled a 6, but not the 6s I needed. All right. Hey, guess what? It's Tuesday. It's JD, which inevitably means, guess what? We're running late, but it's okay. Oh, I'm having issues today. Not bad issues. Well, kind of bad issues, but nothing bad. Nothing too bad, I should say. I had I had a I had a bologna sandwich for lunch. Just mustard bologna uh, on bread, and something on that combination is trying to repeat on me, and I don't like it. So if I burp, I apologize. If I throw up, I super apologize. But anyway, how is everyone tonight? Hopefully, we're doing well. Um, oh, sorry. Of course, I'm running late, so I'm got everything done in 10 minutes and got us on here. So, all right, tonight, based on our buddy Greg, he gave us the recommendation that since last week I was so concentrated on finishing off the Avengers from both the original Avengers movie plus Civil War, um, and I have done like that, and I did Wolverine. That kind of gives me 3 or 4 parts of the new Fantastic Four. So, which I guess is Hulk, Spider Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. Therefore, let's uh let's paint up Ghost Rider tonight. The reason I'm super late is because I had to get him primed. Because I wasn't prepared. Come on, y'all. Like I even primed my finger. I was trying to get up here and I realized this whole middle part wasn't primed. So we just stood there. Whoops, finger primed. All right, so we are gonna do good old Ghost Rider. And I guess because I have literally been doing MCU versions, and I know we don't have an MCU version of Ghost Rider. I guess there was a version on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I didn't see, but I don't think he had a bike. I think he was in a car, wasn't he? So we're going to have to go the Nick Cage route. And that was more Jack Nicholson. I don't know who that was. It wasn't Nick Cage. But we're going to have us a Nick Cage mini. So let's see what I imagine it's going to be a bunch of black, maybe some silver, because chain and motorcycle, and then fire. And fire, the flames are sort of what we'll concentrate on to make them look, because that's going to be what probably makes this mini pop or flop. That's a thing. I just made a saying. Okay, so let's go to our handy dandy phone, and let's see what. Nope. Why is that doing that? It's weird. Okay. Ghost Rider. Nicolas Cage. Images. So his outfit, look at him. He's just so adorable. All right, so yeah, black leathers. I mean, he's literally wearing all black. He's got gloves and boots. I mean, there's no skin on this one. So let's find the flamey version. Yeah, so he's an on fire skull wearing all black. So let's see if we can get a good shot of his bike when it's on fire. Here we go. This is actually okay. So hold on. We're gonna add that to photos. I think that makes it easier. All right, so yeah, just some silver where you think there's going to be silver, and fire, where there's flames. His chain is silver, and his skull is bone on fire. Everything else is literally black. Yeah, this isn't going to take us that long. So maybe we'll finish up on Nick Cage. Nick Cage. From Nick Cage to Luke Cage. We should have just called this episode The Cage. Let me get my paints, because they are in the wrong spot because of getting everything ready yesterday for paint project. Alrighty. So I guess what we'll start, let's get his bone out of the way, shall we? I mean, that's really, other than the fire, the only color that's going to be on this mini. So we will start with Morghast bone. Where is our nice brush? Where's our nice brush? There's our nice brush. Like, okay, hold on. He's got a skull there, but I'm pretty sure it's a flaming skull or something. Let me go back to the picture. See what it has to say. Well, that doesn't really tell me. Other than there's some like, oh, see, they did fire in the eyes of the skull. So, alrighty. Well, let's start. So we get our Morghast bone ready. Let's see. On my primed finger. Apparently that caught some of it too. It's like painting a chaplain in 40K. All right, so that was nice of Atomic Mass. They gave us an edge for where the fire starts. It doesn't just mold straight up from the skull. So it's actually like almost like it was sculpted his hair. All right. And let's go ahead and do a little bit more on this side to fill in. There's some of the primers showing through. Let's make sure it's nice and bone. There we go. No, I'm not obviously getting in his eye sockets or in his mouth. I mean, it's a skull. There's nothing in there. So, well, that was easy. All right. So we'll set our Morghast aside. Let's go ahead and find, let's see, we got our new dry brush. We get a new paper towel for this, because I have a feeling we're going to be doing quite a bit of dry brushing today on this model. We're going to have the silver, and then we're going to have some of the Eshin gray and lighter grays for the for his highlights of his black outfit. So let's get our lead belcher, which is right here, handy dandy. All right. And I don't want to get it too far up the bristles of the brush, because that's a good way to make your dry brush last even less time. Got to be sort of aware of that. All right. Let's start with this chain. And I'm going to have to I'm going to get this on my finger. I just know it, because this chain is loose. It's a loose piece, and I don't want it to break. So, Yeah, we're gonna be getting lead belcher on our finger, but it's okay since I already primed my finger, so it'll be a lovely finger. See how that's nice and going on, very nice. Let's um why can't I think of words today or lately? Um, we're going to secure. Golly, give his hook a little bit more. Look how much that's getting on my finger. That's okay though. I can wash my hands. Let's go ahead and get the tail end of the chain. And let's go ahead and flip it. And actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's go ahead and get the other parts. This is going to be silver. The struts. And the handlebars. Now we can go back and paint some of that black where we want it to have a little bit of differential. um, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's an automotive joke. Get in here. We're gonna leave the gas tank. All right, let's go ahead and get the engine a little bit. Look at that. Awesome. I guess it maybe might get easier to get to parts of him though, wouldn't it? All right, let's get all up under his leg. Definitely these two exhaust pipes. I'm just so thrilled that he popped off his base like that. Let's get a little bit brake pad, or I don't know, the stuff. I act like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to parts, but I don't. I'm barely a car person, let alone a motorcycle. Let's go ahead and we're going to get a little bit more lead belcher and get underneath of the piping and the top part of the piping. Make sure we get that engine well. All these pipes. And let's flip it around. Get this stuff over here. Get his engine over here. And a little bit in here, just to make it match the other side. And now we can worry about the underside of the chain. So we can carefully get it away from his body so we don't get any overlap. That'd be cool. See, this kind of makes it very awkward to support it when it's not on the base. Y'all, every time I keep forgetting to bring my paint handles. Good grief, y'all. You'd think after how many weeks of me saying I should bring those, I would remember them. All right, and just like that, let's check the front sides of the chains, or the side sides. I don't know if it's front or back. Who knows? And let's check the other side. Make sure we got it nice and silver. And he's kind of silvered. All right, so we're going to set him down for a second somehow. We still have a little bit of this silver left on our brush. Let's go ahead and get this manhole cover. And then it's our dry brush, and it's a new one. We want to make sure we get it nice and clean. I guess we're going to have to put him on the base after we paint him, because I don't want to take that time to. Let's go ahead and Oh, I know I talk about it. It's mainly off screen sometimes. So I have a folded paper towel. I like to put the dry brush in the middle of it and let both sides start soaking up the moisture. All right, so speaking of, I got moisture everywhere. All right, take a second. Go ahead and clean off the glue debris that has left over from where it just popped off the base. Basically, we're looking to get all the shiny bits off so we have a good new surface to glue. All right, I'll set him down there. Let's go ahead and get our base. I mean, there's a very small piece, obviously, where it was glued. So we're going to probably go a little bit overboard, and then we'll fix that once he gets glued back on. All right, so that's fun. See, and I'm not going to put a new base, like I got him magnetized. So, all right. Anyway, let's go for fire. All right, so the first step on the fire we're going to do is the Averland Sunset. That is a good base coat to go over the black. But it also, in my experience, this Averland Sunset sometimes gets a little chunky. It likes to clump in the thing. So you want to make it really good. Like even if you get a toothpick and stir it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and use my not sculpting tool, but my, what is going, ew. Sorry. Apparently I left my texture tool in the water since last week, and it's got water on it, which that's fine, but it also has, anyway, none of your business. Mind your business. All right, so we're going to use our texture tool. We're going to go in here. That's actually kind of hard. We might need to get another Averland Sunset. I swear I just got this one. Yeah, I got a bad pot. So we're going to go ahead and close that up for now. And we're going to send a text so I don't leave y'all. And we're going to say, Trevor, save us. All right. So while we're waiting on some sunset, let's go ahead and use our other dry brush that we've been using. If we can find it. There it is. It's in between a thing. And let's get our Eschen Gray going. Easy peasy. Right there. Thank you.
So which mean?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
Nice.
Silver, that's a road. See? He's a road. Sort of. I ain't trying to go crazy on him. I couldn't tell you one thing he does. All right. I'll leave special bases to you. All right. So we're going to get the Eschen Gray. Man. You know what, the next one, the one I do after this, let's, so Greg suggested that once I get Daredevil done, well, I sort of gave it away. I didn't mean to. Once I get Ghost Rider done, then I can easily jump into the Defenders, and we can knock out maybe Daredevil since I've already started working on Luke Cage a little bit. We could do Daredevil, and the last one of those we do would be Doctor Strange, which would then lead us into the new convocation whenever those come out, which we don't have in the US yet, unless you're all like crazy like a couple of people I know and went ahead and just ordered from another country because you wanted it early. All right. So got a little bit of depth there. Let's go ahead and get a little bit up here. Thank you, sir. Like I just got I didn't get this Everland Sunset that long ago.
You already out?
No,
Or
it's
hard?
it's got a hard core in the middle of all the moisture. It's very weird. And I was like, well, I don't want to abandon everybody because that never goes out well. So thank y'all.
Yep, I got you.
All right, so that Everland Sunset.
Helps me better learn where that crap is.
Right. All right, so I'm aware, Silver, you are the most specialist. All right, so got a new Everland. Let's take a look. It's shaking well. Let's go ahead and see once we pop it open. It's brand new. Yeah, that's what you want to see when you open it. So that's a good looking Everland. Maybe I got a bad pot. All right, so we're gonna take that. We don't have to use our good brush. We're gonna use this is a small layer. It's the small layer we use that it doesn't have to be perfectly pinpointed, but we don't want too big, and we're gonna cover all the flames. This might take a coat or two. We're not doing any of the fire effects here. We are literally putting this down as base coating to cover for the fire, like the rest of the yellows, I should say. I thought you are. Oh no, you did it with a Warhound, didn't you? Because I know you've nurgled up a Titan before. All right. Yeah, this Everland is going on smoother than we've had going on in the last few months. Huh. So there you go. There's today's lesson. Make sure you have the right paints. It's in good condition. It does matter. There you go. Well, if anybody has the vision and the will to do it, I know it's you. I mean, I know other people have, but as far as the people I know personally, once you do your table on your YouTube channel, why don't you turn around and dedicate some time to that? I'd give you some content. All right. So we're gonna. By the way, that was a plug for your YouTube. If you want to throw it on the chat. All right, then we're going to carefully get the stuff in between. See, look, I say carefully, and then I went ahead and painted Everland Sunset all over the struts that we've already silvered, so we'll have to go back and fix that, but it's fine. I just want to get the sunset down. There's some fire here on the tires. Yeah, we're going to go back and we're going to do, as my buddy Scotty always says, we're going to fix it in post. Let's get the yellow down. We can outline it in the black when we're done. But we want to make sure we get the yellow where it needs to be, even if we're going over. Hey, Brian. What's up, buddy? How are you feeling? Oh, I do have some good news for tomorrow as far as paint party. Uh, I do believe Billy is going to uh, take over my chair and get the paint party started. So I've tried to give him all the infos. I think I need to make sure he knows where the headphones are so he can hear y'all talk. But I mean, they're literally laying right here. So if he doesn't see them, y'all mercilessly pick on him in the chat. All right. So there's the start of the fire. Nope. A little bit under here. Some front tire fire. Now we've got exhaust fire.
Yes, that's where I was going with that, but no, I was trying to think of a name specific. I wouldn't feel that. No, you're saying that one. That's what they call it.
All right, that one's kind of easy. Not nearly as many flames as on that front tire. This back one, though, has got some fire. So let's get that going. Actually, this being popped off the base allows me to go ahead and really make sure all the fire's covered underneath. May have missed a spot otherwise, so I'm going to choose to see him falling off his base as a blessing in disguise. Alrighty. So fire in the tires. Wrap this around. Make sure we get there's some tongues of fire licking through here and up through into here. Yeah. More fire up here. It's all about the fire. The fires of hell or something, I'm sure. Like I said, I know nothing about Ghost Rider. All right, let's go ahead and smooth out some of this. I got some primer coming through, and then get the last little fiddly bits. The tongues of flame in the tires. All right, and then kicking it up here. All right, now the one that I want to be very careful with, his head, but let's go ahead and double check down here. Like I said, we got some where the two pieces went together. The hello, mini scribbler. How are you today? All right, let's work on the fires of hair. I'm well. I'm looking forward to being off for the next few days. Get to take a little vacation, head down to the Florida or over to Florida. I don't know. It's not that far. But once you get there, then it's like 8 hours before I get to where I'm going. But the Star Wars nerd in me is excited for Galaxy's Edge. And to those that know me, that's the majority of me is the Star Wars nerd. So that's a lot of excitement, to be fair. All right. So we've got some fire here coming up off of this collar. All right, then let's go ahead. If I can or think about it, I will. The troll in me wants to go watch Star Wars and just take a screenshot. There's the cockpit. All right. Get some fire back here. Looks like he's got tongues of flame licking up his jacket. And maybe even here. Which is cool. That makes sense. All right, now let's go ahead and get the rest of his hairline. Kind of looks Super Saiyan right now, doesn't he? Vegeta. Or no, Frieza. All right. So I've got a couple parts of the primer black coming in between his hairline and his skull, which I do not want. So let's just really be very careful and there we go. There we go. All right. So we have the base coat of its fire down. think part of me wants to get him glued so that when we do the fire, we're going to have less issues. Like when we actually paint the fire. Let me think on this for a second. Because we're going to be not quite dry brushing, which actually might pop them off. But we're also going to be using a air paint next, which may, I don't know how we're going to set them to dry. Because, I mean, I guess we could see every way you set them, that yellow is going to hit somewhere. Y'all, this is a good conundrum. All right, let's see. You know what? Let me contemplate this over a sip of Mountain Dew. Unofficial sponsor of JD. All right. Let's go ahead. Okay, so I don't know if you remember the other week when we were doing the, we did it on Cable, we did it on War Machine, and we did it on Falcon, Captain America, where we used the Air Flash Gets Yellow and used that almost as a wash. And then on top of that, we did the grays and the blacks for the explosion and the smoke. We're going to do something very similar with this, but with a different final result, hopefully. Okay. Hey, Banson. So we are going to take our Flash Gets Yellow and we're going to liberally throw it on the Averland Sunset. And if it pools in the recesses, that's great. Because remember, fire burns hottest at the source and is brightest in the brightest color where it's getting its fuel. So in the instance of this, we're going to say, it's going to be hottest near the tires, near the exhaust, and near his head, right? Just like normal fire. I mean, we're going to make it look like there's a campfire on his noggin. So we're going to get our brightest color, which is going to be Flash Gets Yellow. And using the same brush. You know what? Let's go ahead and start with the back tire. That way, it'll have time to dry before we try to set it down anywhere. And we're going to literally paint over everything we just did. Might have to do it in a couple coats. But we want everything here to be nice and bright yellow. And as you can see, because I'm using the air paint, it's definitely leaving some of the Averland shining through. That's why we're going to do a couple thinner coats as our old GW Senpai Duncan would say. Yeah, I said it. Hashtag cancel JD. Go ahead. Why did y'all cancel JD? He said Senpai unironically. And that's a good reason. I'm not gonna lie. All right. So that's not too bad. We've lightened it up a little bit. You can definitely see the difference there. Let's go ahead and, since we're on this side, get the exhaust. Let's go ahead and stay on this vein, right? Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. That makes me feel better. And I'm not saying that I was not saying that sarcastically. I just do appreciate it. I'm going to be tearing up. Okay, that was a little sarcastic. So let's go ahead and flip him around this way. Like when you're doing fire, I want you to. Thanks, Brian. Actually, that may have been fixed. I asked Josh. Josh and I were playing around with the G&G Twitch the last few days, and I asked him to remove MTG bot because we don't like its purpose isn't in existence anymore. So we may have won the battle against MTG bot, but we'll see tonight if it pops up. But then of course, that being said, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yes. When you're painting fire, you want to you have to fight your natural instincts of what painting almost everything else when you're wanting to keep the darker paints in the recesses. This is the opposite. So let the yellow flow into the deep dark recesses and corners of your soul or the fire. And you know what, sometimes like this though, fire is constantly moving. It is obviously volatile. So having it pure yellow isn't necessarily our goal. We want a good coat of the flash kits. If some of it's well coated and some of it's half coated and some of the Averland has darkened the yellow and gives it sort of maybe, as weird as it is to say for fire, a fluid feel, that's okay, right? Because fire is not just one color. I mean, you know what I mean. All right, so let's get back here some more. I'm just saying, keep working until you like it. That's what I'm always saying. Oh, that looks good. All right, and then all right, no. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get. And well, I appreciate that, Silver. I hope to have a good time too. Part of me is lamenting the fact, like, so my wife has to stay here because she has to work. So I'm taking the kids myself, which, I mean, they're all teenagers, so it's not like I'm corralling toddlers, because that would have probably been oh, heck no. But we're meeting my mom. Hadn't seen my mom very much since this whole Corona stuff started, so that's going to be nice. But yeah, I was really worried. We were going to be there a few days, and I was worried that it was going to be a trip, but not like a relaxing vacation. And then we decided the second 2 days we're going to be there is just literally lay by a pool day. So it should be all right. Get our activities out of the way first day. Go to Galaxy's Edge, and then literally veg for 2 days, and then drive home. So yeah. All right, so then let's go ahead and go back to where we started, which was this side at the back, and do another quick coat just to get some yellow as possible. Speaking of taking care of dads in charge, let me put it that way. How's your week been going, Brian? We have given up any pretense of not having to go back with black. Right, we're just getting a little bit more yellow. You probably can't really tell. It's washing out a little bit. Oh no. Well, oh, Brian. Oh, Brian. Does the wife know? Or is she going to come home to that surprise? Brian. If she doesn't know and this is a surprise for when she comes home, I salute you, sir, and I will speak very nice things of you at your memorial. Oh, okay. Good. 4? Man, that's a lot of puppies. All right, so we got a little bit more fire. You know what? The huh, the light right there is really popping the middle, making it look a little washed out, but really white. That gives me an idea. That's fair. That's fair. All right. And then let's go ahead and do another one on this side real quick. I feel like that's where we started. So this is a third one. It's up here we need to do. All right, so now is where I was a little worried about is where we're going to set him to dry for a second. But tell you what, let's just hold him for a minute as we almost spilled our air color yellow all over the desk. We've been good company. With the paint I'm going to try to use again. So we're going to see, as you can see, well, no, I did move the play mat a little bit. I have a green stuff world paint called Banana Split. That, tell you what, let's set you. Oh, he's standing upright. So this is actually a little bit of a lighter yellow that we exploded all over our mat one week because the dropper nozzle had clogged. So let's see if we can just get a little bit. I don't want a whole lot, but I do want a little bit to run through the center to make it try to look like that where that washed out, because I thought that looked really cool. We have no dropper bottle anymore, so we're actually going to use our. Whoop, that was a little excessive. Oh well. All right, let's pull him back. Let's go ahead and get our brush back. And we're going to go ahead and do some. So we're going to do some even lighter white, yellows. And I just want to run it through the center. Okay. Just like it was like it was washing, or like it was doing on the thing. Let's go ahead and run it through here, and through here, and a little bit up here. Turbo Dork and Green Stuff World, and we do have some kits from Whiz Kids, which is actually Vallejo, and some Army Painter kits, but not like individual paints. All right, and then let's use a little bit more on this side. Run it through just to give it a little bit brighter. And that's really popping it. Almost like we'd put white in it, which is cool. And there we go. All right, so it's popping even higher now. That's cool. He looks like he is in fuego. He is on fire. You stay still, please. How did it work this way? I don't know. All right, we got him standing up. We're going to let that dry for a minute. While we let that dry, let's go ahead and we need to prep a dry brush. Did this one have enough time to dry? It sure did. So now, we did our flash gets. Now we don't want Jokero orange, but we want definitely a more orangey orange. Jokero is kind of that brownish orange we use for where's my did I remove it? I may have pulled it out of here. Troll Slayer orange or what have you. I bet I did. No worries. Let's have fun. You know what? Let's take our Evil Sun Scarlet. I have all this banana split. What is it called? Yeah, banana split left over. That because it came out quicker than I was expecting. Let's go ahead and make an orange, shall we? So we're going to take a nice dollop of red and put it in this yellow and get to the mix-ins. That is not making the orange I want. That is making more along the Jokero orange or even Wild Rider red. Interesting. That is not the orange I want. So no worries. Let's wipe that off. Tell you what, let me move this so y'all can see it. So you can see what color I'm mixing. There you go. You can see that's almost like a pink. So let's go ahead and get Flash Gets Yellow. maybe that'll pop us more of a, I don't want to, pumpkin orange is the wrong thing. It will get us a nice spoonful of that, so to speak. And let's kick that into gear. Does that add us some more orangey? And then I'm tearing through this paper towel. This is why you don't use paper towels for this, by the way. I don't know what color I just made. I don't like it though. I don't want to keep going so it gets all on the mat. Ugh, gross. It's closer, but it's not. All right, so we're going to wipe that all off. We are going to kill this paper towel. That's not what I wanted. Throw this over here in a little garbage pile. We're going to get a new one of these because this worked well last time. The inside of a card pack. It's like a foil, and while I don't have my wet palette with me, this could be good. So let's go ahead and pull out our Flash Gets Yellow. Don't really need more than that. And then let's do that with our Evil Sons. Trying to do a 50-50 mix. Tell you what, let's get that. Okay. Not bad. That's closer to what I wanted. It's still a little dark though. So clean that. Put a little more Flash Gets. So maybe 2-to-1 would have been a better starting ratio. Because we're not like, we want it closer to yellow than red, this orange right now. All right, we're going to actually do it. So maybe 3-to-1 would have been the best shot. But that's the fun of mixing colors, is you just get to make stuff up as you go along. But this is definitely the type of orange I was going for as opposed to that other. Let's go ahead and get all the lines out. Get it nice and even and smooth. There we go. See, in fact, we could, even if we were really feeling it, which why not? We've still got a half an hour to go, plus another half. Let's get a little bit more. Let's lighten it up even more. Go 4 parts to 1. Flash Gets to, that might be a little bit more than 4. Let's say 4.5 parts to. We're not going to need a whole lot because, like I said, we're going to be dry brushing this. So we just need a good, almost dark yellow, light orange. I don't know what, yellow orange. There we go. That's looking good. All right, so we like this. All right, we like this. So I know you can't really see because the lighting sort of throws it off. But let's go ahead and get our tool cleaned off. And get our brush out. So do this. Wipe it off our brush. Let's go to work, and we are going to leave. We're going to paint and leave it the ones closest to the tire alone. This is actually kind of weird the way it's falling, but I think we'll be okay. Now I'm wondering if the banana split was a mistake. All right, well, you know what? Let me try a different thing. I think I might have gotten my techniques messed up. If I recall correctly, we need to paint it in and not dry brush it down. So let's go ahead and get that set there, get our brush, and let's move this out of the way and just start bringing the orange in. We're just sort of getting tips. Yeah, the painting is the way to go, but you don't go painty paint. Do like an overbrush maybe. All right. So let's go back and try to fix this a little bit. Because I've been doing too much of the explosion technique and not fire. So, oops. But that's fine. It's paint. You can paint over the mistakes. There, that looks a little better. Flip it around, get some reds up in here. There we go. I'm more comfortable with this. I think it looks a little better. Let's go ahead and kill a little bit of the yellows up here. There we go. All right, so now it's trailing some fire. And then we can even let that sit for a second. We still got our lovely orange. Let's go ahead and add back another part of Evil Sun's Scarlet. So where did I put the sculpting tool? Doodah. Seriously, where'd I put it? Oh, it rolled under my playmat. That's fun. All right, so let's add in just a little bit and see how that looks. That's lovely. All right, so kill that. Wipe that off. Go ahead and get our brush. And now we're going to pull from just this little spot. Then let's pull back, say, halfway and paint a little bit darker red. And here sort of gets them to the tips on his hair. Sort of go halfway. We got a little bit too much yellow up here. Let's get some back here. All right. And then on the front tires, this plume here, maybe halfway to there and there. We don't have to do all of it. We're just going to get the parts that are really trailing away. Just like that. Let's go ahead and go about halfway here, which I think we maybe already did. Yeah, it looks like we already covered. Again, remember, fire's flickering, so different colors is okay to be in different spots. All right, let's clean the brush off. Guess what I want to say now? Let's take another spoonful of Wild Rider or Evil Sun's Scarlet and do another one. Bloop. Bloop. Thanks. All right, got an even darker spot there. Let's pull that in, pull that off. Get my tool cleaned off. Get our brush. And we're going to use this one. And again, go halfway out. We're really only getting a couple tips at this point. Even on his hair. Right. That's a little dark there. We're going to have to put that up a little high. That's okay. And clean that off. We can go ahead and get rid of our red-orange experiment. Let's pull out Evil Suns. And for this, we're just going to do the tail ends. Boop, 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 boop. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So now we have some cool fire shooting around. I want to do. You know what? Normally, I would actually do the last little bit. I would do a little bit of the gray as if it was turning into smoke, but this is Hellfire. I don't see any of that in these pictures, so let's just leave it be. I'm gonna go back with some of the flash gets, not air paint, and clean up some spots in here. Try to make it look a little bit smoother, but we definitely have fire licking off of him. So I think now would be a really good time to get him glued back. So let's go ahead and get the base out. And let's hope it's not clogged. It is not. Yay. All right. And hey, Mitch. And yeah, I feel that. All right. So we're going to hold him for a few minutes. Try to get him glued back to his base. I'm wondering. That's not a good idea. Honestly, he's going to be best served if I just hold him for a second. So, yeah. After this, we need to do another. We need to do some Dawnstone on his blacks. I need to lighten up his skull. Well, first I need to use Abaddon. We need to clean up the black. Then we need to Dawnstone the black. Then we need to wash the black in some Nuln Oil to tone it back down. And then I want to clean up some of the yellow. And then we paint his base, and Ghost Rider is done did. Now, can that be done in the next 15 minutes? It depends on if he drives and glues to his base. Look at him. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about staying. Let's make sure he's centered. He's centered-ish. Let's go ahead and turn him just a little bit more. There we go. All right. So we're going to let him chill for a second. While he, man, I have got more paint on my fingers tonight. It means it's a good day. All right. While that's doing that, let us look at, you know what? Let's look at Hulk to see how I did this base. Because Hulk was the first time I did one of the really big bases. I think they're 65s. Okay. So I did do the brick on that, like I've been doing the brick on the small ones. I was worried I did it red or something. So yeah, no, we're just going to do the gray. We have the silver manhole cover, and then did a white line. So do that. But hey, there's two of the. Let's pull the rest of the Fantastic Four, shall we? So, or the new Fantastic Four, so to speak. So this is what we're doing. Why we're doing Ghost Rider, so that we have Ghost Rider, Hulk, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. So they're tell you what, I don't know how we're gonna do this so that y'all can see them not just top down. So Hulk, Rar in the background. Let's do Spider-Man and Wolverine and Ghost Rider. Please, no, let's not mess with them too much. There, the new Fantastic Four. I don't understand why. Like I said, here's why I know that. You want to know why I know that? Because y'all know I don't know Marvel well. But I knew that they were part of the Fantastic Four because of the old card game called Versus that for a minute was awesome. And then they went too far, just like most of the time. All right, what have I got going on here? So weird. But yeah. So we're waiting on. Let's see. How's that? That dry brush is not drying because it has gotten out of the thing. We just have a lot of dry brushing left. We might have to pick up. You know what? We need another paper towel. So we can get our dry brushes dry. All right, so you know what? While we're doing that, let's go ahead and pull out our Abaddon. Assuming we know where it went, let's get that out of the camera. That washes it out way too much. All right, here's our Abaddon. Where's my lid? There it is. All right, so Abaddon, let's clean up. Let's clean up some spots. Let's be very careful. Hopefully it will, hopefully it's stuck enough that we can rely on it to stay connected. So there we go. Let's get a little bit in there. All right. Let's go ahead and not make that silver or the tire in there. All right, let's look around this tire. So definitely back here and in here. Ooh, you know what? I forgot about the fact that I was so late. We can let him dry, be done in 4 minutes, and come back to it. Because that puts us back on track, even though I was late. See, because I'm messing with him and I'm knocking him off center. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and let's let Ghost Rider dry. Let's go ahead and take our break. I didn't realize it was 6:30. We'll be back at 7:30 on the nose, hopefully, and we'll finish him up and maybe start our second defender. I don't know. It's crazy. We got time. We got all kinds of things to do. But I don't think it's going to take our whole second time to finish up Ghost Rider. Honestly, the reason he took us, no, see, he got way off center trying to do that. The reason he took so long is we put a lot of work in on that fire because we got to work on something for him, right? So let's let him dry, and I will see y'all at 7:30. All right, y'all go eat some dinner, hydrate. I'll talk to you in an hour.